Brett Okamoto with ESPN alongside Kamaru Usman, who takes on Colby Covington, UFC welterweight championship fight at UFC 245 on December 14th. And Kamaru, great to see you. We were here in New York. A lot of fighters milling around, a lot of fighters from UFC 245. I can't help but notice that Colby is not around. Is that because they can't put you guys in the same room? Is there any truth to that?
I mean, you could kind of imagine that. I mean, it's this is not something that's manufactured. You know, this is something that's real. And you know, everyone they know that, you know, if you leave you know, you leave a chihuahua in the room with a lion, at some point something's going to happen. And so, you know, they're just, for his protection, they're taking precautionary measures. And so, you know, it is what it is.
I mean, I think there's probably quite a few different ways to answer this, but really at the core, what is the conflict between you and Colby? Why, if he was in the same room with you, do you think that it could become a physical altercation?
It's just an energy type deal. It's just a yin and not necessarily yin and yang, but it's just like water and oil. You know, we just don't mix. And this is not something that you know, I feel like it by accident happened. I think this is something that was destined to happen. And, you know, just based on all the different things, different scenarios, and the journey that we've taken to be at this point, this is something that was destined to happen. So, you know, it is what it is, but we just can't be in the same room.
Aside from your personal dislike from one another, you have said he's a good fighter, and now you have 5 weeks to prepare for him, 5 weeks left. What are you preparing for? What makes Colby Covington a challenging #1 contender?
No, for me, preparation has always been, you know, for myself. Is me pushing myself to my limits and exceeding that, going above and beyond that, because I know once I'm at that point, doesn't matter what anybody throws at me, I'm gonna be able to take care of it and handle it. And so, you know, it's what I always train for. Is I always train to dominate my opponent from start to finish. You know, and yes, Colby is a tough challenger. You know, he's a guy that is a very, very good gas tank. He's a guy that's gonna keep coming, and so that's something that I have to be aware of, and that's something that I have to train for as well. But, you know, I'm not the champion for no reason.
You know, obviously, gas tank has not really been a problem of yours, but like you mentioned, I think anybody who watches Colby fight, that's one of the first things they say is he's got a gas tank. Is there anything specific that you're doing in order to just make sure that, hey, if this goes 5 rounds and he's trying to put a high pace on you, how do you prepare for something like that?
No, nothing specific, because, you know, I do that anyways. I do that well anyways. I just feel that all in all, my skills will speak for themselves. You know, fatigue makes cowards of us all. You know, but that's my job to prepare and make sure that I don't get to that point. And plus, I just think I'm sharper. Once I start, you know, unloading my just array of different arsenal, the different things that I have in my arsenal, I think it's definitely going to separate us big time.
I feel like Colby in the media, and he hasn't done a ton of it, but when he's done it, it's been very direct. I don't want to say starting a war with the UFC, but he's made his thoughts known on, you know, the negotiations and how there aren't any negotiations, and it's take whatever you can get. What has your reaction been? I know you don't like the guy and you're about to fight him, but have you seen any of these statements, and what have your reaction been to what he's saying?
No, actually, no. I've really kind of pulled away from a lot of the, you know, the social media, the media, the different things like that. Of course, I have to do them. It's part of my job, so my obligations, you know. But I don't watch a lot of things, you know. I get told, oh, this guy said this guy said that, you know, but I really don't watch a lot of things. But, you know, this is the game that we're in. You know, we're fighting for a promotion that pretty much they kind of make the rules. So, you know, if he's unhappy, you know, that's on him, showing those.
Last time in your athletic career, whether it was wrestling or fighting, the last time you felt so much animosity towards the guy as you do Colby Covington?
I don't know. I don't necessarily think I have. I mean, of course, you have the rivalries. I went to college and, you know, wrestled in college. I had the rivalries, you know, when they had their hometown fans and things like that. But I don't think it's ever been on this level. You know, this is probably the highest level that it's been.
What impact do you think that'll have on your performance?
None. I think, no, I think, well, I think it will a little bit in the fact of, you know, things are going to be a little harder for me as far as when I deliver that punch, it's going to feel a little harder. You know, when I deliver that kick, it's going to feel a little harder. When I take you down and I'm squeezing the life out of him and I'm starting to kind of land shots, they're going to be a little harder. He's going to feel the animosity and the intensity behind those strikes. It's not going to be strikes to set something up. It's going to be strikes to put you in the hospital.
Last question, if this fight goes 5 rounds and you win a unanimous decision, will you be satisfied with that, or is you got to finish this guy in order to be completely happy with it?
No, at the end of the day, you know, I'm the champion, and there's a winner and a loser. There's a reason there's a winner and a loser, and me coming out victorious is always the key. It's always the goal, you know. But yeah, of course, you know, I want to do a little extra damage in this fight, so we'll see how it goes.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app, and for live streaming and special content, subscribe to ESPN+.